So I found a couple photos I want to go through with you. So it's this one on the left. I think this is photoshopped from a movie. I don't know what it is from, but this is what our world probably looked like before the big meltdown. Canyons and canyons of cities looking like this. The mountains, right? The mountains that you see, like, Mount Everest, the Grand Canyon, everywhere, right? Even where you live right now. These buildings went down maybe 12 miles deep because that's how far they've dug with their mining equipment, right? And this whole world is a manufactured simulation, folks. It's not natural what you think it is. It's not natural. People talk about the sun looking like a simulator. It's all simulated, folks. The sky is simulated. The light is simulated. The ground is simulation. Even us, we're simulations. The only real thing is our souls, right? The programs, the souls. So this is a very interesting photo. I found it very intriguing. So this is from a Facebook group called Victoria Buzz. This is Victoria, BC, and this is a Victoria legislature building. And look what you see here, folks. What do you see here? Red brick buildings. Red brick remnants of the old world right below it. Our entire world is made of this, folks, right here. Very good photo. So let's go to a couple photos here. These are memes I found. So you see the melting effect right here. See this? The heat came from both sides. I think the heat came from the sky, and the heat came from the ground. So this thing was affected from the ground right here. See this? They'll tell you that the Freemasons or whoever built this meld this into the stone, right? That's the excuse. They melded it into the stone, right? That's a lie. Here's more right here. It's all bricks everywhere. The entire ground, folks, is bricks. This too. I think this is Petra or somewhere in the Middle East. Same thing. So when it melted outwards, like, the heat, the windows blew outwards, right? And then it started to enclose itself. So these things were open like this, right? So same thing here. You can find domes, columns, and arches along the mountains and hills and just about everywhere. Exactly. Fractal how castles existed in the past worlds. They were mega cities in the form of castles. You can find remains all over the realm. Agreed. Everywhere you see, folks, is building. That's the inconvenient truth. You will find brick and pockets of survival in every mountain. Every mountain, folks. Every mountain is a building. Just like this. So these are very, very interesting photos. You see brick lines here, right? You see brick lines. It's all been caved in by the big meltdown, right? It caved inward. It collapsed. This thing probably been upright like this, right? It was horizontal and then it collapsed downwards because the sheer weight of this stuff, right? See this? This is what this is now. So this is very interesting. Look at this. How do you explain these parts of the landscape, right? It looks like bricks. This thing collapsed downwards. And look at this one. How do you explain this? How do you explain this away? They tell you tectonic plates, millions of years of movement of the land, right? That's the lie they give us. They tell us in the schools, the media, the science. And look at that. Look at that. Right angles here, folks. Right angles. Straight lines are right angles. That only happens in brick buildings. And I think that's the last photo. But yeah, very interesting photos. Let me go back to the first one. This one right here. Our entire world, folks. Bricks right here. And this is what our world used to look like right here.